You may have heard there is an outbreak of the swine flu in China that could have a devastating effect on their economy. The following video will explain how this could happen in greater detail. So stay tuned.
Chinese officials increase efforts to contain African swine fever with a total number of 8 outbreaks in 5 provinces since early August. Joining us now with an update from the AFBF Washington headquarters is economist Michael Nepveux. Thanks so much for joining us, Michael. For those who may be unfamiliar, and some are, what is African swine fever and what exactly are we dealing with here?
Well, over the weekend, China announced that there were several more cases of African swine fever within their country. So this brings the total up to 8 cases within the country, affecting 5 different provinces. ASF is a viral fever in hogs. It is highly contagious and detrimental to the hogs once they get it. Approximately, once they get it, it's about 100% fatality rate. It's a very hardy virus. It can survive for long times and extreme environments as well.
So talk about the steps that are being taken in China to curtail the disease and other countries as well to prevent the spread across the border.
Yeah, so China is actually taking very aggressive steps to curtail the disease. All live markets for live hogs within the affected provinces are shut down. They have been culling herds, so any of the herds that could be potentially susceptible to the virus where the outbreaks were, they have been going through, and government officials have been disposing of those animals. Additionally, they have instituted a travel ban in the country, so there is no live hog or pork product allowed to be transported from or through any of those affected provinces. In the U.S., APHIS is upping their measures at the border to prevent any infected product from coming into the U.S. as well.
Okay, can you give us some perspective here, some magnitude? How big of a deal is this?
This has the potential to be a really big deal. So about half of the world's pork is produced and consumed within the country of China. So any disruption there has wide-ranging ramifications throughout the rest of the world. Now, I use the word potential because it's still a bit early to really tell what the impact is going to be. There's several wild cards. For instance, how effective is Chinese measures to tamp down on the disease, as well what percentage of the impacted animals are sows, which could really impact the forward production of pork within the country.
And of course we have the question as well, is this being underreported in China? I know a lot of people have that uncertainty going forward as well, but let's talk about the potential here. Does this mean there is an opportunity for U.S. pork suppliers to export more pork to China?
Well, we're at this time thinking maybe not, because like I said, it's still too early to tell with the uncertainty, and like you mentioned, the potential for underreporting. It could be greater than they currently are reporting, as well as even if something significant were to happen, U.S. producers, U.S. pork is still facing up to 70% tariff, so it would take quite a big disruption in order for producers to overcome that tariff.
All right, we really appreciate your insight. Michael Nepveux, thank you so much for joining us from your Washington head.
Wow. So tell me, what do you think about the video you just saw? In the comment section, please give a reply. Thank you.